Hey, 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 hey. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday and happy Labor Day weekend. I am your girl, your lucrative insurance strategist, Amber McCray, and I am the founder of Seamless Academy. And I do want to hop on here tonight because, guys, I know those of you who are on my mail list are getting some notification about this sale that's coming up. But for those of you who may be new to my timeline or new to my feed, I want to take the time to introduce myself and offer the same opportunity to you. So as I want to, anybody who's jumping in, even if you are catching the replay, I want you to put hashtag replay down in the chat. And also let me know what city you're coming from. What state are you in? Because I like to talk to everybody nationally. I like to work with people all over the United States. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so let's get people tapping in, got people tapping in. Okay, awesome. So while I'm on here today, guys, I want to let you guys know about a major problem that we have going on in this industry. And the problem is not, we do not have enough trained individuals to deal with this problem, okay? We have in our chairs, you have multiple hair loss clients who are coming in, or have you had those instances where you have hair loss clients coming in and we have hair loss clients coming into our chairs and they're asking for solutions, but we are not able to help these individuals because we don't necessarily know what's all available to help these individuals out. This is a multi-million dollar industry. Just a minute. We are dealing with a multi-million dollar industry, guys, where many of us are not getting that multi-million dollars. Okay, but why are we not? So I want to make sure that I came and gave you guys the opportunity and the knowledge to know about a specialization that could really help individuals who are looking to add that service to their clientele. I mean, to their service menu. Can you pick up Pepper for me? Yeah, Pepper. Yeah, Pepper. Why? Because he making noise and I'm on the live. Sorry, y'all. Got my. Yeah, put him somewhere. All right. I'm back, guys. So yeah, like I was saying. So many of you all who have been following me for a while, I'm known as your lucrative insurance strategist, Amber McCray, and I have put together a curriculum for a single called Seamless Academy.
Keep on the way.
Called Seamless Academy, which was put in place to help to help individuals who are ready to make this step in the hair loss industry maximize their profits in the industry. But the problem is many of us may be just missing the skill set that we need to be able to do that. When we have our clients in our chairs and we see that there are things going on with them, we like to do cover up methods because that's what we do. Okay, because we're going to make sure our clients are satisfied. But what we can do is help them. There are some other things that are out there that we're leaving on the table that can make our job so much more easier. I too was a stylist that when I had a client that came in my chair that had hair loss concerns, I was coming up with, I'm like, okay, let me go find this net. Y'all know the beauty stores have everything. Let me find this net. Let me put together this unit. Let me put together this crochet piece. Let me put together this topper. Let me put together some things that are going to help my clients really get resolution or get a solution for their hair loss. But these techniques, guys, that I was doing were on candidates who needed something more premium, a more of a premium service, a more specialized service. And it was taking me hours and hours and hours to do something. And I was only charging what I would charge for somebody who I might have taken an hour on or 2 hours. For example, if I know someone takes about 2.5 hours, but now I got a client who has has CCCA, has like a severe bald spot. And that's something that's supposed to be 2.5 hours is now taking me 5 hours, but I'm still charging the price that for a 2.5 hour service. It is time for us to make some changes, guys, in our chairs today. And if that's something that you are wanting to do, this is the live that you need to be on. How many of you guys can relate to that? Put a thumbs up in the chat if you can relate to being that stylist who has been looking for solutions for your hair loss clients taking those time to make sure that they are, satisfied and feeling confident about themselves, but you just really wish you could find another way. I talk to beauty professionals all the time who's just like, you know what, I kind of just want to get from behind the chair. But what if I could tell you about a program or a specialization that you can get can help you be like, you know what, if I knew about that, I might stay behind the chair a little bit longer. And staying behind the chair is not supposed to be bad, guys. We have millionaire stylists. We have millionaire distributors. We have the hair industry is where it's at. You have people leaving professional jobs to try to come into the hair industry. And it's because they see the value in what we have. But the sad part is we don't see the value in what we have. And a lot of times it's because we just don't know what's available because we're in the same circle, seeing the same clients, doing the same services, and we have not furthered our education to learn something that's going to elevate us. Well, I'm here today to let you know there's something out there that we can do. I put together the program Seamless Academy to help us in this, to help you guys remove any guesswork needed to figure out what it is that our business needs to move to the next level. And in my case, one of the things I'm certified in hair law and multiple hair law specialties. I've specialized in multiple specialties when it comes to hair loss. But what I want to talk to you guys about was non-surgical hair replacement. Non-surgical hair replacement was my first baby, and that's how Seamless Academy came about. I started out on my own I was a college student. I finished college. I was working to get I was already knew like, okay, I was just doing hair to get through college because I had a flexible schedule with that, so I could work like I needed to work around my classes. But I wanted to, um, of course, be like, okay, I'm finishing my college degree, I'm gonna let this go, okay, and I'm gonna get me a good government job and do what I need to do. Well, like what we have going on now, there was some budget cuts and things going on, and it stopped the hiring process midpoint on me, right? But I was in the middle of getting a home. I was in the middle of, still paying my bills, doing what I needed to do for at the time, just me and my dog. And I actually had brought in some family members that I was helping to raise as well. And what helped me see that I was sitting on a gold mine is I really had to go back and reevaluate, God, you must have something else you want me to do because I've done all the steps to make sure that I can push to what I really desired to do, not realizing that I already was doing what he really needed me to do every day. Okay, and that was doing hair. All right, I was already dealing with hair loss clients. I was already working. I already had an established clientele, and I just was in that point of I'm just getting tired of doing what I needed to do. Anybody can feel me on that? I'm having like a testimonial moment. If this is you, you find yourself in this stuck moment of I'm not feeling my hair industry anymore. I'm not feeling doing hair every day anymore. Put a thumbs up in the chat if this was you. Okay. So once I had to go sit down, reevaluate, and see like, what am I gonna do to make myself like what I was doing? Because it wasn't that it wasn't paying the bills, because clearly I was getting home. But I did need to pre-position myself because I'm like, you know what? I really only wanted this other job because I wanted benefits and I wanted to, typical things, want to have benefits, want to set up some type of retirement. But then I realized, you know what? I could do that with my own industry. I could do that with my own business. Let me just get serious about it. So I did the paperwork that I need to do to get myself incorporated. And I decided to specialize in something that was really going to take off in this industry. I started hearing about how insurance can cover hair loss services. And my biggest thing before now many of you guys know about my online course, the Jumpstart Your Hair Loss Business course that teaches you guys how to actually, accept insurances and accept government contracts and things like that. When I affiliate with government agencies and work with medical professionals. But before I got to that, I first needed to learn what what does this service what does insurance even cover? And I started there. Insurance pays for non-surgical hair replacement. It pays for cranial prosthesis services. It pays for Government agencies pay for cranial prosthesis services. They working with medical professionals they're looking for people who are able to offer cranial prosthesis services because this is where our niche is. So I need to get trained in that first. And that is why, even though I always have my Jumpstart online course about getting on with insurance companies and government agencies, once a year I always offer an in-person non-surgical hair replacement training because that is the start of it. I can tell you guys all day how to set your business up. I can show you all the gaming tips to get reimbursement back from insurance companies, the VA, Veteran Affairs hospitals, working with nonprofit organizations, accepting care credit. But what is accepting those payments when you don't know what is actually being, if you don't know how to do the service? When I have those big payments coming in, guys, like I believe in making sure that I'm delivering a service that mount up to what I'm being paid. If like I have had government agencies pay $4,000, $5,000 for cranial prosthesis. If you're going to pay me $4,000, $5,000 for a cranial prosthesis, I need to make sure that I'm giving you a cranial prosthesis that is worth that. But how are you going to do that if you don't know? I don't have a vendor to order that from, or even know how to start getting the customized measurements to order that from of your own factories that you work with. Where do you go from there? How do you start that? Thank you, thank you. I guess I'm my amen corner. I mean, I usually don't be on here on Sunday, y'all, but I'm like, I am going live tonight because I really, really need to talk about this because, I mean, I could put my promotions out all day, but I need y'all to hear the voice behind, the reason behind why I'm doing this and why I'm pushing this so heavy. So before I affiliated with any type of insurance company, but before I became a durable medical equipment supplier for my business, this is what I had to do first. I need to become a non-surgical hair replacement specialist, okay, to get those services covered. And of course, that progressed into being a hair loss practitioner and being a trichologist. But the service that is covered by insurance, guys, is that non-surgical hair replacement, okay? And so that's how Seamless Academy was birthed. I was doing these services, and when I was doing these services, other beauty professionals was kind of like, "Hey, what you doing? How you doing that? What did you have to go do training for?" And like many of you guys, I had to get a coach, and my coach told me, if one more person asks you to show them how to do this service, you gonna put together a class. And I started doing classes back in 2018, and we've been running ever since. And those classes have just evolved into, like I said, my newest baby, which was the online, the Jumpstart Your Business online course. But what I'm on here to talk to you guys about today, guys, is the Seamless Academy non-surgical hair replacement course, which has been a thing for years. Anybody who's came through our course has been able to take those tools and really advance their business. I had one of my students call me from a few years back. She got in one of my first classes and she said, Amber, I've been doing the techniques, I've been running the business, I've been having my units available. And she had an insurance company that called her and said, a client called her and said, hey, I would like to have I need a durable medical equipment supply. Okay. And you come up on my list of durable medical equipment suppliers. Now, don't y'all know that my student she would have been very nervous if she really didn't know how to order a unit for what this lady needed. She called the lady. She got the measurements that she needed. She did a consultation with her to be able to get the specs that she needed, and she was able to order her something. And guys, she getting a $1,495 check from Aetna. But before she got that $1,495 check from Aetna, she first needed to know how to get a unit that is worth $1,400. Y'all feel me? So today, for those of you guys who are feeling this, thank you guys for tuning in. And if there's something you're interested in, I got a keyword I'm gonna drop for you. Go ahead and just drop class because I'm gonna come back to you. Drop class in the chat. If this is like, I need some classes. I need something that's really gonna help me out. So tonight I want to launch, guys. Well, I launched it last week on our lives, about free webinar that I do monthly. But I wanted to let you guys in on. I want to run a sale. Okay, I know with inflation going on, it's hard for us to find a training that we can trust and can stand behind and can afford. But I want to save my first 5 enrollees $500 off. Okay. I want you to save $500 off of this course, our Seamless Academy non-surgical hair replacement course. If you type class down in the chat, I will send a link directly to you because we are doing our in-person class on November 9th and 10th. Okay. What's included in this class is you'll get 2 days of hands-on training. You will be getting trained by not only myself, a non-surgical hair replacement specialist, but we're going to also bring on one of my closest colleagues that's in this industry, Ms. Terry Colton Brown, who we are two non-surgical hair replacement centers in Augusta. People Google us, okay? And it's funny, we're only around the corner from each other, guys, but we can call each other and be like, oh, you talked to such and such. Oh yeah, they called me too. And the competition is no competition. She send me people and I send her people. Cause I'm like, sometimes I can't get to the person. And if I can't get to the person, I'm like, oh, I got another lady who she may be available. And same here. She had people who be available and she'll send them to me. And we're literally, guys, probably 10 minutes apart. All right, 10 minutes apart. Doing non-surgical hair replacement here in Augusta, Georgia. Okay. And we get people who move to the area all the time who are looking for true non-surgical hair replacement specialists who can do the maintenance, can order multiple units for these clients. These people who come into us too, they're not looking for insurance coverage. They're looking to pay for the service. Okay, I have a guy right now who's come to me. He moved here from the United Kingdom. His girlfriend is in residency school, and they moved to Augusta, Georgia, because we got a big medical school here. And he just needed somebody who do non-surgical hair replacement. And as a hair loss specialist, I needed to know what type. He didn't have to tell me what adhesive he used. I mean, of course, I did a consultation to make sure I knew what he was used to having, but it was already ready and available because I have taken the course that I need to make sure I know I have the product knowledge to know what type of adhesives are available. You're not learning about one adhesive. We need you to learn about all the adhesives that are available. When I learned about how to just attach a toupee or a hair system, a male hair system, we need you to know how to do a full cap unit. We need you to know the different base materials for the units. We need you to know how to do partials. We need you to know how to do customizations. We need you to understand the different hair types. We need you to understand the different, what else we going to? The different densities, the different color patterns, how to work with the different vendors. These are the things that we want you guys to be able to take away. And those are the things that you're supposed to learn in non-surgical hair replacement class, period. I know I do hear about programs that are online, but any real non-surgical hair replacement class, you have to get hands-on training. And in our hands-on training, because you get those 2 days of hands-on training, you actually get a certificate of completion. And guess what, y'all? That certificate of completion is required to even work with insurance companies. Those of you guys who are already working with the Veteran Affairs hospitals, I'm sure you are aware of the multiple rule changes that come. And these kind of come every so many years, so don't feel flustered by it. But one of the biggest things, and I work very closely with a couple of VAs, all the ones that are in a 2 hour radius from me. So I'm with 4 that I actively work with. One of the biggest things that they added is a requirement. They based the requirement off of the people who already was doing good. Okay, I had one of the supervisors called me and said, "Do you offer classes?" Because they have people who are selling medical cranial prosthesis. Well, they say they are, and they really are not. Now you got veterans complaining. So they're starting to make it because they had to tighten up, because they had to make rule changes, because they had to make budget cuts. They're like, one of the biggest things, this particular supervisor didn't want to do a budget cut. But her thing was, if I'm going to work with vendors, they need to have training. She don't even care about your cosmetology license. She wanted to see that you are a durable medical equipment supplier, like you have a license for that. And she wanted to see a certificate of completion in non-surgical hair replacement. So I'm not just beefing you guys up. I'm trying to prepare you guys for what is available out there. These are the companies that are going to pay those thousands. And they're expecting that you deliver something that's worth thousands. But don't feel like you have to be with those companies. You have people who are going to pay you thousands. They're only going to pay you thousands for something that you actually offer. All right. So we don't want you to put down. I tell my students all the time, Don't put non-surgical hair replacement on your website if that's not what you if you're not doing it to the fullest capacity yet. If you just doing wigs, say you're just doing wigs. But when you say non-surgical hair replacement, when a client walk in the door and books for a cut-in service, you need to know what that means. Okay, and know what that means is knowing non-surgical hair replacement, which that's our word for installation. Okay, and blending the unit with their existing hairs. But we need to know that. We need to know what's available. We need to know that there's more than just Ghost Bond available. We need to know that there's acrylic adhesive. We need to know there's silicone adhesive. We need to know that there's medical tape. There's double-sided. There's one daily wear tape. There's so much. So I know I digressed a little bit, but the class includes 2 days of hands-on training with 2 amazing hair loss specialists. And we always also going to bring in one of our bonus colleagues who will be teaching some trichology techniques as well. Because one thing about hair replacement, you do still need to understand the different types of hair loss. There are candidates, there are all kind of candidates that can benefit from hair replacement, but you need to know, does this person just need volume added, or is this person the candidate who really needs their hair shaved? You know, not necessarily shaved, but clients don't have to have their hair shaved. And if you know the different types of alopecias that exist and know that people hair going to grow back, you're going to know the appropriate technique available to help that client instead of shaving their hair off and treat them all the same. We're not doing a cookie cutter for everybody because everybody doesn't need that approach. They may need an integration unit where you can leave their hair there and just add volume without shaving anything. So those are the different things that you'll be guys will be getting out of this course. Of course, we're gonna make sure that you have a starter kit. So when you go home, you have the tools you need to go ahead and do your first client. So your investment is going to include your first client, and you will get your investment back in one client. I can assure you that. And I tell you, any of my students who have ample examples, anybody who is true, and y'all stay tuned on my page because we're gonna start putting out more of those testimonials of people who are just doing phenomenal in the industry. And we make it where it's very, I don't like to talk over people's head. I like to talk in a way that you guys can understand it and be able to don't feel overwhelmed, and you could go home and do it today. When I first took my non-surgical hair replacement class, I took it from a very great lady, had a wonderful unit, rather wonderful clinic out in Texas. Okay. And it was such a thorough class. But when I got home, I was overwhelmed for 6 months, and I don't get overwhelmed easy. I was like, man, like I done paid this money. I done learned all this stuff. I mean, she gave it all to me, and I was scared. I was scared to use it, y'all. And so I said, when I do get to the point of putting together the class, which was never my intention, I'm gonna let y'all know I never even planned on ever teaching this, okay? But when I started, I said, oh man, this was needed. And then the biggest things that I wanted to do was make sure that it was Barney style for us. Okay, you can always add on with different techniques, but you need a good solid foundation. And people who are like the old school hair replacement specialists that teach it, they teach you the game, but they teach this is easier ways now. Things have evolved to where we don't have to do all that stuff anymore, but you still gonna know about it because I need you to be aware that it exists. So that's the perk of me going to an old school specialist that taught me the game. But at the same time, I needed to kind of, all right, where do I gonna put most of my energy at when I'm teaching people who really need to go ahead and start making this money when they get home? Okay. And of course, we already know it's not all about the money. It's not. But the industry itself, like I said, is a multi-million-dollar industry. We need to be getting a piece of this multi-million. And it's not because you're trying to charge, it's just how much the services cost. And if you get with the right clients, we want to help you guys in our courses. We want to make sure you know how to market to your clients appropriately, truly how to build the business to accept the clients that need your services. Miss Terry, she specialized in working with cancer patients. That was her thing. I specialized with working more with veterans and male clients. Like my Caucasian male clients, but and clients who have natural. I had a lot of ladies who came to me who probably had been getting hair replacement, but they couldn't find people who had textured units. And because I'm a textured individual and I worked a lot with natural hair, I specialize in having women who need those needs. And like I said, my veterans. So Listen, and that's a small, small part of it. I'm not known for doing the pixie cuts with the hair replacement, but people do that. I'm not known for doing all the man weaves. Now I can, but I prefer to send them to my barbers because I'm not a barber. So it's so many divisions in this hair replacement part that you could choose what you're already good at. We're not telling you to go learn a new skill. You already know what you're good at. If you're good at doing color, people want hair replacement with color. Take that color, apply that color to those hair replacement units and take off with it. Be a colorist for that. So for Labor Day weekend, like I said, guys, put the class down in the chat because I want to offer my first 5 enrollees $500 off. All right, and y'all already know me. If you click the link I'm gonna send you, you're gonna have payment options. So don't feel like you got to pay it all up front. I'm gonna send you a sale link. Our course is for the sale price for our course. Our course is a $2,000 course, and I want you guys to get it for $14.95. And I'm gonna let you know, you're not gonna really find that for a hands-on class, okay? But I understand what's going on right now, but I also want you guys to be prepared for 2025. 2026. It is August. We got, well, it's actually September. Tomorrow's September 1st. You got 4 solid months to position yourself for 2026. I tell anybody, rather my clients are growing their hair back, trying a new supplement, doing any type of trying to build a new habit for your business, you need 90 days. So you got 90 days and a month to play with to take your business to the next level. And that's what Seamless Academy is here to do that for you on today. So I had a little script. I don't think I stuck to it. But I think I do want to make sure that I hit every point because, like I said, this is really passionate for me, guys. Like I said, I wish I could offer the class way more, but when I offer it, I really got to go in with the offering because, to be honest, I'll be honest, this year was gonna be the first year I didn't offer it because I got a lot of I got a new family, I got a wedding coming up. Uh, we bought a home. I had to move my building. A lot was going on, and I had people hit me up like, "Amber, where your class at? Where your class?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it this year because it's just a lot going on." But it's needed. It's needed so much. And I'm like, you know what, Amber, take a day or two to yourself, plan this thing out, and we running it. And I love my virtual assistant team that help put this together so we can get this thing out here to you guys in a timely manner so you guys can schedule it. So set the dates on your calendar, November 9th and 10th. We need you guys to lock it in. I don't like to do work with big groups because it's such a hands-on class that we want to be able to truly show you guys the techniques and make sure you're applying it. So when we do the hands-on training, guys, we have you guys working on a combination of models and mannequins. So we need it to be, we like an intimate setting. So once the class is packed out, and that's pretty much it. Limited seating in these type of classes because we need to be able to work with you hands-on. But you will leave knowing how to run a non-surgical hair replacement business. And those of you guys who do come in, I always make sure I'll give y'all some type of bonus because everybody want to know how to bill insurance. And those who come in want that. I do have it's hard to merge that with the class, but I will make sure I give you guys something special to get started. And then we'll also make sure that you can get some type of discount on the ongoing online course. We can bundle it up for you. So type down in the chat, class. If you are tuning in late, type replay. And we want to make sure, and I'll be on here some more. We're going to talk some more about this. If there's some topics that you really like, have some questions about to make sure that this class is right for you, send me a message and we can get on a free strategy call to see how this is going to work best for your business. But if you're doing hair loss clients, which all of us are, there's somebody in your chair has some hair loss. That's gonna be a motivation to make a change for that client. Do it for your client if you don't do it for anybody else. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys. Hello. Type class down in the chat and expect a message directly from me to take advantage of this Labor Day sale that will be launching tonight at midnight. And it's limited, $500 off of my first 5 enrollees. Take advantage. Take advantage. And I want you guys to enjoy your Labor Day weekend, but also take this time to prioritize what is going to be best for your business. When we have some days off, we're business owners. We have to do that. We don't have somebody who's planning our business for us. We are the planners of our business. And if you don't take that step to make that happen for your own business, you can't expect anybody else to do it. If you're tired of what you're doing, go ahead and start making some changes. Get you a coach that's going to guide you on to that next step. And I can say that you'll be able to find that here in Siemens Academy. Have a great night.